how would you define your current purpose? Like, how do you define with everything you're doing? Because you talked about purpose being a big thing for you, and you talk about the mission of your company. Like, what is the purpose of that work? Which doors are you trying to open? Which paperwork are you trying to shift? What systems are you trying to affect?
I think I have my purpose right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
I think I have a chapter, 25 years acting, producing, being in front of the camera, being talent, learning so much about the world, about myself, about the industry. I think being a representative from my community in a way that places that a Black actor hasn't gone. Obviously you have the greats, you have the Wills and the Denzels, that I look up to in a big way, that that through their talent, the business and the craft has extended to a new height. So they've opened up doors for me that I didn't even know was possible. That now it's like, oh wow, now we have this and that, now I can do that and do that. So they've kicked the door down in a way that's like, internally grateful. So like leading by example is a big purpose, for people to be able to see it. Because it was big for me to see it and think that I can do it too. So there's that part of it.
Yeah.
There's the business side of things that I've got an opportunity to learn from investing your money. What do you do with the savings and the things that you do have? Big sports guy, I've always wanted to, own a team. I'm competitive. I wanted to be involved in that environment, that energy, of sports, and found a football team, in Bournemouth. Great
soccer, as in football in my world.
Yeah, football in your world.
Football in my world.
But
Yeah,
soccer.
yeah.
I've literally had to bite my. I cannot say soccer anymore.
No, say football.
I gotta say football. Yeah. And great partner, and Bill Foley, and he owns the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and really trying to turn that program around and just amplify it in a big way. But learning, how to invest in those things. There's going to be a new stadium. There's opportunity to invest in real estate. Oh wow, now you invest in real estate in something that's going to be around for, however many year lease and this and that. Okay, cool, I could take that and, oh wow, investing in, started a JV for, underneath an umbrella company to have your own product. And then from there, you can create another JV. Oh, you can invest capital. Oh, you can have a venture fund. Oh, snap. Okay, wow. This is a whole other game. This is a whole other nuance of acquisitions and investment and capital that I never even knew exist. I'm used to, W-9 forms and taxes, what I'm saying? On that, on the talent side, there's a whole other game to be played. And taking that information, just the information that exists, and what that would do to the next generation, knowing what's available to him, knowing that there's other ways to maximize my brand, your brand, creating things, ownership of things as streamers and studios, and there's so many other platforms that are, people are content crazy. Podcasts, it's become a business as well. A new venture that people will be able to monetize their own following, their own likeness in a real way. Retirement, what does that look like, really? Really a will. Well, leaving a will behind, like what? Like, there's things that you just don't get taught. There's nobody. So I've stumbled upon it. These things within my success and my intuition and my partnerships and my relationships. But again, it goes back to like the why me. This one guy, that has gotten access to all these things, and my man over here or my guy over there. Nope, you guys would never know about none of these things because of how whatever your life path has taken you has not been in these areas, or nobody's had the opportunity to say those things to you. So I put that on me as a purpose to be able to give that information, in a real way.
That's real. And
identify the, people that are hungry enough and, that want it, they gotta want it, and they gotta be then come on, let's go figure it out. All right, let me figure out how to help set you up with the right people so you got the right conversations. And then you also gotta be careful of who you help too. You can't, you wanna help everybody, but you can't help everybody. But you can leave a blueprint for everyone, Sometimes that's all a person should need sometimes, is seeing it and being in the thought. Then you gotta leave it on the person to do their part of the work, to lift that part of the weight, to put on that burden, to go do that for themselves, their family, their people within their their circle and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I like that, man.
Growing up, I've been obsessed with anime. I'm a big anime guy, so since I was 11, 12 years old, it's been anime, and that's been my cartoons, comic books, anime. I mean, that's just like my, escapism.
Yeah.
I'm in that. And, growing up watching those shows, there's so much of their identity and their culture in the dialogue and the messaging and all that stuff. So I just had this idea, this place in my head that was full of respect and was hospitable and hard work and tradition and, thousands of years of, a couple thousand years of tradition, you know what I'm saying? That, that exists. And I was like, man, I wonder what at this place gonna live up to the expectation. Obviously, the food and the culture, all that good stuff. And when I went, it was everything that I thought it would be and more, And obviously, I went the right type of way. I created anime as well. I wanted to because they're so loving and welcoming in a really big way. And yeah, for me going there, there's not a million phones being out. Everybody, they're very respectful of your space. They're and people are gonna obviously come up and say what's up. That's what's gonna happen. But it's in a way where you don't feel like I have to hide as much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can walk down the streets there a little bit more loosely, and that's something that I don't really have as much here in LA or New York. You get a little bit more of it. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of because people on the East Coast sometimes be like, whatever, keep it pushing. But it's a different thing. But something about Japan that was awesome, and and another place that I can't wait to really go is Ghana as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's been spending a lot of time there.
Wow.
I haven't for whatever reason, every time that I'm trying to go, something that I cannot change pops up. But that's a place that people tell me stories of the similar feeling of going there and the love and the affinity of being in that place, and really want to go there as well. So that's that. So if I can't get to Japan, I'm usually at the house. I'm either cooking or playing Call of Duty. I'm playing Call of Duty online, you know what I'm saying, with my boys. I love cooking. Food is a love language for me, so being able to, find a recipe and try something new and combine flavors probably you never thought would go together, and just creating those moments is another form of art too. And I like enjoying people eating my food, like serving people and being like, I normally don't like lamb, but have you had it like this? Yeah. And then, and just having people just, react to that is something that I enjoy doing too.
What has been a lesson you wish you learned earlier in life?
Being unapologetically honest with what you want. And that goes across the board. I was trying to think of something that kind of crossed the board. If you can communicate your truth and not worry so much about how somebody's going to react to what you say. Because a lot of times the fear of how somebody's going to react to what you really want to say is what stops you from saying it sometimes, and you find another way, or you put it off, or you don't say it, and then maybe the situation doesn't change, and you get frustrated and upset with why this thing doesn't change, because you kind of maybe might not have said it the way you wanted to say it, and I think there's a way to be unapologetically and still be respectful and speak your truth. If I think I would have done that earlier, I would have been further along in relationships that I have with people I care about, and not intimately. I mean across the board, work relationships, business, family, female friends, whatever it may have been. I think being honest with where you stand and how you feel, it's really giving another person an option and opportunity to be as honest with you. And whatever your fear of that is, of that outcome, is never really as big as what you make it up to be. It's really not that. So I would say maybe just being honest and living with the results. And tomorrow is not promised to anyone, but time will move on. You will move past it. And if tomorrow never comes, at least you can know that you said what you needed to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that I feel like earlier on, if I had that, it might have been better.